బ్రేకింగ్ న్యూస్ మనం చూస్తున్నాం. విషాదకరమైన వార్త ఇది. కేరళలోని కోజికోడ్లో ఎయిర్ ఇండియా విమానం ప్రమాదానికి గురైన దుబాయ్ నుంచి వచ్చిన కోజికోడ్లో రన్వే పై
It was a black day for Indian aviation. An Air India flight India X-ray 1344 was having a routine flight from Dubai to Calicut International Airport. It was having 174 souls on board, 10 infants, 2 pilots and 5 crew members. It was a completely uneventful flight, but upon landing at Calicut International Airport, the aircraft skid out of the runway and crashed into a 35-foot gorge. All the different pictures from the crash site had a story to tell. The magnificent Boeing 737 was broken literally into 3 parts. At the time I'm recording this video, the crash is claimed to have taken 18 lives on board and severely injured several other passengers. The Air India flight IX-1344 was in command of Captain Deepak Vasant Sathe, and with him was First Officer Akhilesh Kumar. Captain D.V. Sathe was an ex-Indian Air Force pilot. He graduated out of the Indian Air Force Academy with the Sword of Honor for his performance in June 1981. You know, to be very honest with you, at this stage, it's very early to be stating on why this crash has happened or how this crash has happened. But my sole purpose behind making this particular video was to let you all know the correct information about this crash. Because you know, since yesterday I have been getting a lot of information. Literally, like the TV media or the social media is flooded with wrong information, which is absolutely incorrect and insensitive. Before I continue further with this video, mind you, whatever I'll be stating in this video are just assumptions and my studies of whatever happened with the crash. It is as per my knowledge of aviation and nothing should be taken as absolute fact. These are not facts or official statements. These are just my knowledge and understanding of whatever has happened with the crash, which I want to put forward to you so that you are not occupied with wrong information. But at the same time, I will put forward to you some alarming points about this particular crash, which when I got to know absolutely blew my mind. The very fact that this particular crash has an uncanny similarity to the Air India crash that happened back in 2010 that claimed the life of 158 souls on board is very alarming. Talking about similarities, both these flights were the Boeing 737 and was being operated by Air India Express. Both these flights were being operated from Dubai. Other than the fact that IX-1344 was a rescue flight under the Vande Bharat mission, which makes this incident even more saddening. Also, both these aircrafts landed and crashed at tabletop runways. Now, the biggest question over here is, what are tabletop runways? Tabletop runways are runways that have kind of a downslope on one end or both sides. So basically, अगर ये runway है ना, तो एक side पे एक ऐसा downslope रहेगा, या तो दोनों side पे there will be a certain kind of a downslope, which in case of Calicut International Airport was 35 feet deep. Another point to be kept in mind over here is these kind of runways create a optical illusion. तो जैसे ही पायलट अप्रोच मारता है ना ऐसे रनवे पे, तो ऊपर से जैसे तुम बर्ड्स आई व्यू में देखते हो, तो यू कांट अंडरस्टैंड कि मतलब कितना स्लोप है या कितना डीप है वो स्लोप. वंस यू मेक एन अप्रोच एंड एक्चुअली कम एंड लैंड, देन यू रियलाइज कि हाँ देयर इज अ स्लोप, बिकॉज ऊपर से वो स्लोप समझ नहीं आता. सो इट क्रिएट्स काइंड ऑफ अ ऑप्टिकल इल्यूशन एंड यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हाउ मच डीप द स्लोप इज. So to land in these kind of airports, you need special skills and precise approaches. At the moment in India, we have 5 tabletop runways: Bangalore, Kozhikode, Lengpui in Mizoram, Shimla and Kulu in Himachal Pradesh, and Pakyong in Sikkim. These kind of runways are anyways very tricky and difficult to land and requires a pilot to have very precise approaches and skills. But what made it even more dangerous for Air India flight IX-1344 was that at the time it was making an approach, there was extreme weather and rain. When this flight was approaching Calicut International Airport, the whole aerodrome was surrounded by rain and thunderstorm was also reported. I could not fetch the METAR report of the time the crash occurred, but the METAR that you see right on your screen is updated 1 hour after the crash happened, and clearly you can see still thunderstorm and rains are being reported. This is the flight path of Air India flight IX1344 as shown on Flight Radar 24. Again, this is not absolutely accurate and foolproof, but we will use this for the sake of today's discussion. As per shown here, in order to land into Calicut International Airport, the pilots reported overhead station at 6,050 feet. Thereafter, most probably, they were cleared to land runway 28, and thus they flew ahead and made a turn to establish themselves with the glide slope for ILS approach runway 28. One very important thing to notice here is, as they began their descent, after reaching around 2,000 feet, they went around. Now, as per mentioned in the approach plate of Calicut runway 28, pilots are supposed to go around if they are not visual with the runway after 1,080 feet. This is called the minimum decision altitude. But if we look at the flight data, the pilots initiated a go around at 1,975 feet, which is almost 900 feet above the MDA. So clearly, this is not just a matter of visibility. They might have entered bad weather or experienced wind shear. Remember, when a pilot goes around, it's not because he's scared or it's out of fear. He's very confident about his action. But a very important point to notice here is, after they went around, they made a procedure turn. But this time, they were landing at runway 10. So now, Air India IX1344 was landing at runway 10 of Kozhikode Airport with rain and tailwind. This can be confirmed by the fact that when they were around 2,375 feet and just few miles away from the runway, they were flying at 190 knots, which is much higher than the normal approach speed of a Boeing 737. Mind you, this speed is a ground speed, so it is calculated taking into account the tailwind component. And maybe it was this high speed that resulted in the fatal crash. Now, some of you might say, why didn't the pilots go around again? Well, if the pilots did go around, they would get into the same weather that they avoided while landing at runway 28, because the weather would be right in front of them. Or, you never know, maybe they did add power to take off again. That only time will say. Well, according to my research, one of the most shocking reports coming out of this incident is, in the year 2011, in the month of July, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, which is the watchdog of aviation in India, had issued a show cause notice to Kozhikode Airport. They had issued this notice because they had found several critical safety lapses at the airport. They had even pointed out cracks on the runway and water stagnation. You know, at the moment there can be several conjectures about the crash. Whether the pilots applied full brake, what was the cockpit scenario like, whether they could have diverted to another airport. We can sit behind our screens and make a lot of assumptions. But none of it can be justified and answered until and unless the black box recording or the cockpit voice recording data is retrieved and an official statement is being made by DGCA. It's very easy for you and I to sit behind our computer screens and actually just pass judgments on a particular incident. It literally boils my blood how people are taking to Twitter or to TV media and blaming pilots or ATC or whoever. This is not a blame game right now over here. We need to find the cause of the crash, but that does not mean that we have to blame the person who has departed. And for God's sake, Captain Sathe was an ex-Air Force pilot. He was in this profession for more than 30 years. I am sure whatever he was doing in that flight, he was bloody goddamn sure about it. It is extremely disheartening how people just start playing the blame game without knowing facts. As per reports, before the flight had crashed, the pilots had actually shut down the engine, which is why the aircraft did not catch fire upon crashing. And this saved so many lives. If the aircraft would have caught fire, this crash would have been even more deadly. Really hats off to the pilots' commitment and presence of mind. Rather than involving into debates and conjectures and making assumption onto why this crash might have happened, we should all use this opportunity to pray for the souls that have departed. I also pray for the ones who are injured and are at the hospital so that they recover fast. May God give them and their families a lot of courage and strength. For now, I will just wait for the final reports to come out, and if you think that I should make a video on that, please do drop that in the comment section. So that was about it from my side in this particular video. Until next time, I want to end this video on a note, and that is the pilot's profession is very, very unforgiving. You know, there's a very famous saying in aviation for pilots after a crash or an incident or accident, and that is, if he's alive, nail him. If he's dead, blame him.